Alright, and welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters, where today we're going to be seeing what we can do about finishing up the start menu of our little game right over here. So, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, subscribe for more, and now let's get right into it, shall we? Alright, so, I looked at some stuff. I figured out what I needed to do like a quit application thing. And this one is actually rather simple. It's not going to look like it's doing anything in this department, for a few obvious reasons, but it's fine. We'll just go on ahead and create ourselves a script here, and we'll call it quit game. There we go, just call it quit game right over there. Yep. I just gotta wait for that to do its thing. So this is important. Always good to want to have a quit game sequence, so what we're going to do is have some variables set. I guess I could probably just do variables. And we'll have, well, it depends. Hold on. Private bool past. I don't think we need a start here or an update, maybe. I don't think we do. You'll see why we have this here in Alright, so this is probably going to be a short episode since it's pretty late, kind of tired. So we're going to see what we can do about getting the rest of this here thing finished. Also, it's the last day of vacation, or unfortunately enough. So, it means we got to go back to that shithole soon. So let's try to get what we can get done with, shall we? Right, and past is equal to false. Also important. So when that occurs, past equals true. I believe it's data.transition. Wait, or was it transit? What was it again? It's been a while. I have forgotten how I went about doing transitions and whatnot. Or was it just simply No, I'm gonna have to look it up because it's been a hot minute. I've forgotten. I should hide that, shouldn't I? It would be in coroutines, would it not? Scene restart. Fade transition dot transition. I knew it. Fade transition dot transition equals true. I believe is what we need, which causes that to do its thing. Does it once, and of course start coroutine. We'll call this one exit game. Simple enough. Right, Cadillac? Who's scoffing right now? Exit game, of course. So, i.e. numerator. Exit game. Oops, wrong one. And, I guess I could keep this stuff over here. Unless this somehow screws up something, but I doubt it. Yield return new. Wait for seconds, I believe is what we need. 0. No. A few seconds. Sure, why not? And I think it was just application.quit. And I think it was just that. Yeah. Now to us at the moment, that's just not going to look like it's doing anything. Because play instance here and whatnot doing its thing. Alright, let's see. I need to grab a cube that we've used before, so this will be easier for us to work with. It would have to be probably one of you. Where was it? It might have been in the start menu. One of the things that we want. Camera block. Right. I'll grab one of these. Sure, why not? Oh, I probably could have used that. It's fine. Exit block. You son of a bitch. Also, we're still up, right? Yes, we are. Good. Great. Fantastic. Alright, we will remove this. Put quit game in here. And I think that's all we need to do in that department. Now we just need to move the player over to here. Or that over there. Or I could go a little bit more. Or... better idea. Wait, hold on. Okay, so I have an idea. Sound fade, I guess. We'll utilize the update then, despite getting rid of it. If past is equal to true, and data.master is greater than 0. There we go. Then data.master minus equals, I don't know the amount of speed I want this to go by. I need a decent fade out time, because this is going pretty fast. We'll do 0.05 for now and see what that does. Also, just double checking. I do have the sound effect stuff here, right? Yeah, sound manager. All of the sound management stuff right in this canvas right here, which activates every time that does its thing. Just grabs all of that. It should grab all of it regardless. It doesn't do any of that. Then there's the master volume, and then there's that. So I don't know why the hell I have those two as 2, but I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. It doesn't matter. All right. Aside from that, I feel like what I should do... a second. Because I don't know if I can just do another one of these with the thing that it is. Like, say, if I were to just take new here. Whoops, wrong one. Maybe it works. I don't know. I've always done it like this. So why change it when it's worked so far? Unless it doesn't work sometimes, but, it is what it is. Alright, let's see. So, second passes, time goes down until it goes to, or the sound effect goes down until it goes to 0. And then it exits application. For us, though, that won't mean anything. Also, I have the data thing selected, right? Oh, God, that's loud. I also need to check... Well, I do have a... Hold on. Which one was the one that resets everything? I don't think I have anything that resets it here, do I? Yeah, that's menu detects. Oh, wait, that's the player function. This should technically be in here, you fool. Alright, get out of there. Go to here, you fool. There we go. It doesn't look like I have a reset here, do I? Yeah, it's for save file selection, which changes it to whatever I have set there. That's the sliders, that's the sound manager, which is its own thing outside of that. That's all of this stuff here, which is that. Oh yeah, it does have a global restart. Right. 0. What if I make this 0.5 instead? Is that too low? It's already pretty loud enough as is. Well, I guess we'll find out. I can't tell. Alright, well, let's quit and see this work. Doesn't sound like that's actually doing anything to the sound effects here, which is annoying. I'm going to go to Audio Mixer for a quick second and see if this is going to, do its thing. It should. I don't see why it wouldn't. Why are you saying that's inactive right now? That's weird. Unless that's half. Is that half? I guess we could just do some tests here. Let's make 25 and see if that does anything. I don't see why it wouldn't work. No, it's not doing anything. Which is very annoying why it's not doing anything. Ugh. Well, that's supposed to start like this, right? Yeah, maybe I missed something here. Unless I were to go on ahead and have those restart in a very particular moment. Nope, still doing it. What am I missing here? Because all the sound effects stuff goes right in here. That's where this is at, so why aren't you 0? It should be in here, right? Or is it in here? Wait, where did I put that? Oh, there might be... wait, hold on. Let me go back into projects real quick. The thing we're looking for might be in a pause menu. Right, it is in a pause menu. How could I forget? But wait, hold on. It would have to be in update. Ah, that's why. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Alright, I guess what I will do then, I'll grab the whole of the value stuff here. But I will get rid of these that don't matter. Right, because you also have all the sound effects stuff there. So that means I have to grab you two for this to work. I forgot that all that stuff was in the pause menu. No wonder why it's all loud and whatnot. I guess I could probably put it right here. And then we need, alright, a slider as well. Can't forget about that slider. Alright, well, where did I put my slider? That's the question. Didn't I have a slider somewhere around here? Click on adjust create menu. I can't find my slider for some reason. Was it here? No. Where's my slider at? I'm not sure. Oh wait, no, never mind. I'm doing this wrong. At the pause menu needed Unity Engine. Ah, yes, of course. I don't know if this one's going to need scene management, but... no, it's not really about scene management right now. Let's just get audio in here. And then there's UI. We also need UI. I don't know why that's saying it's unnecessary, since it is kind of necessary, but it's whatever. I don't know. Okay, there's our slider. And there's the values down there that are doing the slider value stuff. Which I guess I could probably just call this one sound values or something. I don't know. Sure, why not? Alright, I'm glad I remembered. It's been like weeks since I've last done that, but somehow I remembered exactly what I needed. Where did I put my start menu stuff? Start scene, of course. Alright, here's your sound effect slider. Here's your BGM slider. Master slider. Creep slider, kind of pointless, but I'll keep it there anyways, because why not? Now that changes all of that. So, theoretically speaking, you should be 0.75 now, actually, instead of being at the highest value you can possibly be at. Right? It was saying it was inactive, so maybe it won't be inactive now. Right? It's at 0. Is it going to go down? Yes, it is. Might still be a bit too loud. Let me see. Kind of. I'll lower that again. Further. Alright, let's see. Master went down pretty quickly. So what value do we want the master slider volume to be? That's the question. Where's my... I don't believe I have it open right now. Where do I have that again? Oh, wait, no, it would have to be here, you fool. Quit game. Ah, yes, of course. So, 0.1. Or 0.05, actually. Let's see if that works. And maybe I want to adjust the... What are you doing, cat? I'll adjust the value to 0.5. Yeah, sure, why not? That sounds good. That seems good. Now, obviously, it's not going to quit out of the game in this instance because, you know, we don't have a build set, obviously. I could do a build run test thing after I finish up the test here. And there that goes. I could try that. So that works so far. I'm going to do a build and run. And we're going to see if it quits out of our application. It should, theoretically speaking, right, cat? Probably going to take a bit. Alright, let's see. Come on. And there's no volume for some reason. Don't know why there's no volume. Options. Oh, that's why. Alright, well, this is not what I want. I'm gonna go on ahead and... that's the wrong one. I almost exited out of my thingy. Here we go. Exit. There we go. Alright, I need you to not do this. I need you to go back to the menu scene. There we go. Save, I think. And now we can build and run. So on the lasers. Although, why is the laser 0? I'm not sure. Who knows? Guess it doesn't exactly matter. Alright, now this should work, right? Feels like we're going way slower for some reason. Okay, that was going slower than usual, which is weird. Why was that going slow? I mean, at least it exited the thing. Yeah, it was going slower than usual. Why was it going slow? That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Well, no, this wouldn't make any sense either. But, you know, just because, let's check the time. Weird. Don't understand why that's going slow all of a sudden. It doesn't make any sense for the start menu player to go slow, because that's going on by time here. That is annoying. That is incredibly annoying. Why does that work, but the other one doesn't? Is there something here that we're missing? Whatever. It exits out. We're going to have to figure that out in full at another point, and why that's going slow. But it's fine. We got this exit instance finished. So I guess now we're going to go on ahead and do some, I guess, text stuff in the save slots here. And we're going to figure out where... yes, all the slot 1 progress. So I don't know how most of this is going to go. But what I'm going to do... I'm going to go ahead and get C# script, file 1 progress. Assuming I'm spelling that right. Yep. Do I need most of this open? Probably. I don't think I need this open or this anymore. And I think this is good for now. And this should be good. Well, it might change. It depends on how the hell that's going to take everything going slowly. We'll have to do some, I don't know, other things or whatnot. Alright, so I have this open primarily so I can look at my text stuff, which I think is here. Yeah, I believe this is it. And it's a public text zone too. I gotta remember how I did this exactly. So we have ourselves a canvas here, which is doing its thing. Let me see, which scene do I want to be in? Menu 1? I'm in menu 1. Menu 2? Nope, menu 1. Right, where's the canvas? Ah, here it is. Okay, so I gotta remember how to do all of this. It's been a hot minute, so my memory here is a bit hazy, but it's fine. Hopefully I can move this canvas where I see fit, but we will see. So, for starters, I need to open up Zone Display. I believe this is allowing me to showcase the stuff, right? Yes? Yeah. And this was obviously from that instance, so yeah, dot text equals, and it's going to be whatever the local variable is. Well, technically speaking, I just realized something. Wouldn't this technically be a part of this, wherever it is, the menu scene? So yeah, it would technically be a part of that. Now that I think about it, the start menu would have that, wouldn't it? Do I have it in the start menu? Yeah, I do. And I already kind of got the text UI there, so we could probably do that. Zone text. Been a while since I've done this. I probably should have looked up what it is I need to do. Okay, so text. Yes, what would I want to call this? Or I guess progress text. Yeah, there we go. All right, text. I believe that's it. And we'll call this one. What do we want to call it? File 1 timer. So I already got a file 1 timer. Wait, what? What am I missing? Public text. And then the name of it. So yeah, I must already have file 1 timer. You could probably just call it file 1 time. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's all here, the progress variables. Right, that's where you were. I guess we could probably just do timer text instead. Yeah, there we go. Alright, brain, remember how to do this. I think I could still technically have it here. So I need to create UI, and I don't have any other text outside of TextMesh Pro. Is that what I did for this one? I want to double check. Oops, wrong one. I want to double check before I do anything. I can't tell. You're not exactly showing me. It is just Text Pro, right? No, it's not Text Pro. Oh, there was something. There was something then. It was in something with Classic. Legacy. Ah, yes, Legacy Text. That's what we're looking for. Alright, good. I found it. And I believe all I needed to do for this department... Yeah, zone display, text, and there was level display, which basically had all that stuff there. Oh. You do yourself? Yeah, it makes sense. But this one's different. Paint Maze is different. So, UI, legacy, text. Alright, good, great, fantastic. Hopefully I got everything I need here. Timer, or file 1 timer, or just, I don't know, something, it doesn't matter. I mean, we don't exactly do no space here, so I guess that's fine. Alright, where is this located currently? I have no idea. Jeez, Why are you all the way over here? Alright, it's fine. Go here. Where the hell am I now? Ugh. Alright, hold on. Alright, there you are. Jesus, you're too freaking big. Okay, hold on. That's the wrong one, you fool. I want this one. Also, oh yeah, that's in the middle, right? That makes sense. Alright, we want... Where are you? Do I not have the thing here? Or did I have to get, like, the legacy stuff? I think that might have been the thing. I think I needed to get the legacy stuff going, so... Why don't I temporarily... Or not legacy, this stuff. Go ahead and put this in. Yes, do that. Probably going to take a bit. Hopefully not. Why'd you bring this up again? Alright, let's see. Is that where I found that? No, it's not. Okay, give me more of it then, I guess. Sure, why not? And now we should have it. There we go. I think it's electronic that we need. And you need to be full on black. Although I don't know why you are blurry. But I guess it's fine for now. We'll adjust that as we see fit. Alright, we got all of the text that we need to, like, slightly match what we need to get matched. Alright, I need to decrease the size of you. Oh god, no. And hopefully you won't be a blurry mess. No, you're still a blurry mess. Why are you blurry? I don't know, I guess we'll do this. And try to keep you aligned with everything, maybe. Weird. Alright, hold on. 15, 20, 25, 100. Oh god, maybe not 100. 25. Okay, let me change the height, the position, to what? I guess what I could do is just bring this to 0.5 or something. There we go. And then bring this to 1. Alright. Now, I have no clue how the hell the timer is going to work yet, but I have something in mind. Hold on, what's the size? Because the scale we could probably do like 0.2. Oh no, not 0.2. 0.05? 0.05. Yeah, that would probably work in our favor. Maybe. We'll see. And we could probably put this to 0 now. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Still, though, I kind of want it to be a bit bigger. So what if I do 50? And I have the scale be 0.05. 0.005. Where am I? Where am I? I don't know how. Do I make it bigger like this? Ah, I see. Okay. 300 or 1,000 and 1,000? 100. No, 500. And 1,500. And I guess that means you would have to be 100 then, or 250. I wish it wasn't like that, though, with all the blocks there. To match this. I mean, if I could figure out how to get my own stuff in here, that would work. Line by geometry. Don't know what that means. Best fit. Don't know what that means. Material. What the? Why does that look like that? Alright, it doesn't matter. I'll go over to wall then. Where's my wall? Ah, there's my wall. Okay, that's no, apparently. I think. Yep, nope, can't use material. Material does not work, apparently. Unless the size we have here is a bit off. Yeah, overflow, just in case. I doubt it. You know what, we'll probably bring it to like 2,000 or so. Okay, not 20,000, you fool. I mean, not 2,000, maybe like 750 or some shit. I don't know, maybe the pivot could probably be like 1 in this direction. No, 0.75. No, that doesn't work. Anchor 0? That doesn't work either. Alright, then I guess I'll just move this by 0.5 then. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Hopefully that stays and does its thing. I don't need text here. This will have its own department. So I guess now I just gotta go on ahead into menu scene and put in file 1's timer text. Alright. So to make this work, we need to have this update. Easy enough. So basically just do that dot text equals whatever the local variable is. Okay. So it's basically just, yeah, file 1 timer. Got it. Let's reduce the sound values and let's go ahead and have progress, or I guess file progress values. Should be easy enough. Another region, file progress values. And of course, end region, you fool. Why, you're supposed to be smart. Why you ain't being smart? Alright, let's see. So file 1 timer text equals, I guess, file 1 timer. Unless type float. Wait. Oh yeah, the string. There's no string. Get string. Well, we don't need a string though. I guess that means blank space. Boom. Or no. So what was it again? Comma. Or was it plus? What was it again? Remind me. Plus. Yeah, it is plus. Right, okay. Plus file 1 timer. There we go. So it's going to be 0 by default, obviously, but we're going to see what this is going to look like. The timer should be special, though. It should have like 0, semicolon, 0 something. So let's go to New Game real quick and see if it does anything. It's not doing anything. Where is my canvas? It shows 0, but I can't see canvas. I wish I knew where the hell this canvas was. Okay, hold on. Oh god, where am I? Can I move the canvas in some way, shape, or form? No, I can't. Canvas is... Some values are in my canvas. Wonderful. Great. Fantastic. Okay. I'm going to go to timer icon so I can get here quicker. Well, I guess one thing I could probably think of... I'll create an empty spot and maybe call it, I don't know, progress numbers? Where are you at? I'll put you here. See how well this would work. And I'll put this here instead. Which now means that the canvas should... Okay, it's not doing its thing. Display 1. Well, that's where it is. I don't know what that means. World space? Sorting layer, eh? Could be but that it's inside of something, but that doesn't make any sense. Does that mean I can move this canvas now? Because that probably means I wouldn't need this anymore if I can. Alright, let's see. Canvas. Okay, that works. World space is better. Assuming that it's not showing because it's not in the area it's supposed to be, then yeah, this is probably better. Oh god, no. Do this. Move this back over to here. Can I go in? Yeah, it's probably behind everything, so let's make this part easy for us. Go all the way out. See where the hell you are. The canvas, of course. Canvas, why are you over there? Let's do that instead. Bring you down. Gotta make you smaller still. Jesus. No, not negatives, you fool. Alright, now I can move you. Or not. Oh god, I don't want to move you. Get out of the way. Are we not in this mode? I guess that might not count for this. I have no idea. We're going to get this exactly where we want it to be, instead of having to deal with the camera's nonsense. Let's see, 10. Are you going where I want you to go? Does not look like it, no. So, -1. Alright, it's above everything. I have no clue where the that one thing is, but it's fine. Move down. There we go. Move over. Move a bit more. Reduce the width a bit more. Move it over here, I think. Provided that we keep this in the position that it needs to be in. And you look like a -3, I think. And then you probably need to be 32 or something. Now we'll just test it and see what this does. Okay, how about 30? How about 28? Okay, the height here is way different than most. How about 20? Or 24? Assuming that's the value that you're sticking with. We don't necessarily need to have it go exactly in where it needs to be, but it helps, I guess. 30. Let's see what 30 looks like. Alright, it's almost there. Not quite yet. I'd say we could have it go over the edge there. So 140 to keep in line with that. And that should be good. Now where's the timer? The timer is all the way off in Timbuk2. So, I guess what I'm going to do is this. Move the timer over here. Go back to here. Alright, whoops. Where are you at? I wonder. -1. -2. -10. Or 10. Wait. No, you're just not being shown because this thing has become way too small now. So now I gotta adjust this. Unless... Oh wait, 0. Okay, that's fine. Good, great, fantastic. I don't know, the 3,000? 1,500? Still too small, huh? Alright, 20,000. Alright, test. There we go. And it's all caps lock, too. That's nice. 5,000, 10,000. Ooh, no, 8,000. No, or 7. There's 6,000. 7,000. Yeah, no, 7,000. Seems good. 7,000 seems like the way to go. Alright, -42, 41, and 5.5. And now you need to be even bigger. So 1,000? 10,000? Maybe? Why are you so small? I have no idea. Are you saying 300 is the highest we can get here? Well, that's kind of annoying. Why can't you go higher, huh? I can't even move that for some reason. Okay, so maybe this is the issue. But that means you probably need to be like oh shish, that's too big. It tells me that this part kind of doesn't exactly matter too much. Alright, so if it's not that, then how about 1? Not 1. 25. Let's try 25. Alright, let's see. 500. I guess that's fine. And 1,000. Yeah, we're already at 1,000. 25. Alright, 20,000. Or 2,000, I mean, not 20,000, you fool. 1,500. 1,750. And watch, even after all of this, it still somehow manages to not work properly. That would just be my luck, wouldn't it? Okay, let's see. Well, let's do another test here and see where the hell this is at exactly in this department. So this was at, say, 0.5. And when I remove that down. Okay, I guess that's more of a case of I just need to adjust it as I see fit instead. So I guess, yeah, we gotta adjust it as we see fit. So 0.75, or 0.25, or 5, or 4.75. What's wrong with the position? 0? Is this position not the thing I'm thinking? I don't know. I'm not sure. No, it's just very slowly moving where it needs to move to. Alright, 4 then. Sure, 4, why not? Well, I guess another test we should perform is how big is this compared to these numbers here? Well, according to this, it's just about the size it needs to be. Only issue is, you probably gotta be aligned a bit more. So, like, I don't know, 3.9. Wow, I'm surprised we got that exactly what we needed it to be. Guess it makes sense. Okay, so that seems like it's the right size. Possibly, maybe. Let me bring this to 1,700 again. You know, some of it doesn't exactly matter, so I guess we'll leave it there. Unless I just do 600 and make this negative 35 exactly, or negative 36, or 37, or 38, or 39. 38, yeah. Negative 38 should be good. Alright, let's see. So, now that we've done that, let's see if this works. The canvas is right where it needs to be instead of behind everything. Watch, it doesn't work somehow. Oh, it works. Awesome. Well, now there's some issues with the time-based stuff, but I think there's like certain ways you can go about doing it. Like, I don't know, seconds, milliseconds. That part seems like it's just unnecessarily difficult to, like, you know, have that do. But it's fine. It's fine, we got our first instance here, and we can have it the way it is, which is great. So, I'm going to do a test here with this one. And I'm going to do 879. Let's say that's the level. Alright, that's the perfect space right there. Sucks that these, like, the font here is going to be completely different. I guess we know that the font size is going to be 300, it seems. So that shouldn't be too hard to get right where it needs to be, right? Now, also, part of me wonders, if I were to move this, that moves with it. So that's good. So that means I can have this follow a UI for all, like, level-based stuff. Alright, awesome. Great, fantastic. This stuff has nothing else on it. It only has the stuff located via this department right here. So that helps some of it. That helps us at least get, like, these shown. Although, I guess... Okay, hold on. I'm going to do another test with this one. Where are you? There you are. 908. Or 90. You kind of have to be this. So we know what you're going to be to an extent. So let's say if you were 906. Oops, 906. Okay, I could probably move you a tiny bit over. So I don't know how many levels are going to be exactly. We haven't gotten to that part yet. Oh, that's actually perfect. Who would have thought changing the size would change the way it moves? Apparently it works for that. Yep. Well, if that's the case, then... Okay, 8? I guess it doesn't matter. That's just... I think that's just... No, the 2 is as close as it can get. So what if I did like 110? Or like 90? Oh, that is small. I kind of like 575 better. It's just as good enough distance away to where it's not going to be that big of an issue. Yeah, that makes sense. That does make sense. Army kind of wants you to show, oops, 0, 0. I'm sure you can have it shown as 0, 0 somehow. Like, say, take the numbers and then showcase... I could try that. I could try that. No, that wouldn't really work. Would it work? I'm not sure. Load in variables, save it as, this thing needs to be saved as, and whatnot. Alright, you're good. I'm going to get all the other stuff pretty much set here. Alright, death is pretty simple. You need to be in this direction. Excuse me? Deaths. There we go. 0. Alright, let's see. So your height probably needs to be like around 1,000, if I would have to take a wild guess. How about 1,000, 1,200? That'll work. Yeah, sure, why not? I highly doubt it, but let's say you've been trying to get 100% and you've accumulated, yeah, you went into the sextuple digits somehow. That shouldn't be a thing that occurs. I would say like the most normal death would probably be about like 1,000. Well, for casual play, it would probably... Well, I guess it depends. It might be 1,000. Trying to 100% the whole game, it might be something like that. That's a bit exaggerative, but, you know, it's... This is a very... It looks simple, right? The game? But... Oh, we lost. Shit. I must have ruined some people's streaks out there, huh? Oh well, what can you do? Anyways, it looks simple, but it really is not when you get right down to it. You've seen some of the levels firsthand, and how difficult some of them can be. Especially that laser one, that I haven't shown you guys me completing it yet, but I have completed it, don't you worry. It does work, and I do plan on using that for something at some point. Alright, where do I want you to be? I kind of want you to be in this particular direction, so... I don't know, negative 51, 52, 53, 54... and make you 400 or something. So, 33 levers. 22, 1, okay. That just about matches. And also, are you lined up here? Okay, good. You are lined up properly there. Good, great. And that's where that would go? Good, great, fantastic. And the best part about this is, I don't even have to really do anything outside of, like, renaming these and having these be throughout all of this. All of this is just for show. This is the main meat that allows for these to have their numbers changed, which is good. See, I do know how to do this. It's been a while, and I'm a little rusty on it, but I do know how to do these. I still like the fonts that I have there. I don't know why, it's just hilarious to just have that there, but, you know. And you guys are so much thicker. I really gotta figure out this font instance. I'm sure I can figure out how to build a font. I got Photoshop. Oh, also... I'm probably going to be done with this before this episode comes out, who knows. But I've been working on the next drawing, the last one of this month, and I got the background for that done with. So yay and stuff. Anyways, where were we? Ah, yes, of course. All right, that seems like a good place to put that. Sure, why not? Oh, nope, not 0. And this one is rather simple, really. I just gotta change the width of this to like 300 or something. And let's see, 8. God, that's another thing. While it does get close to what I need, it's not exactly what I want. But what can you do? All right, 45, 46, 47, 46, 45.5. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Awesome. Good. Great. Fantastic. I guess before I do anything, we want to go to the start menu and get all this stuff set up. Oh, God. Oh, we got to set all of these up. All right. Well, this should be easy enough. Levels text. And also, let's just make sure that we're doing... Actually, I could probably... Nah, it's better. This. So levels, deaths, levers, voice logs, keys. Timer is the only one that doesn't have an S at the end of it. So awesome. So oops, deaths, text, levers, text. It's funny how close that is to the name there. Voice logs, text. That's the full thing, right? Yep. Voice logs, text. And then followed by keys, text. Okay, good, great, fantastic. Alright, yeah, and then this part is just simply just like take this, change this to levels. The same with this to levels. And then we're going to have to just change the number out. Once we've gotten all of this stuff pretty much set. Deaths. Hopefully all of this goes according to plan. I'm always worried that something's going to screw up because there's always so many problems occurring in these particular types of game-making programs. And I have many experiences like that in Game Maker. And I'm having new experiences with this one, too. But it's fine. Voice logs. And then the last one. Key. Keys are for keys. Keys are for keys. So we know that this is going to get covered soon. So what I'm going to do is just create a region. Progress text. Oops. And of course, and region. There we go. File 1 text. Yeah, and that's just there like that. Okay, we'll do the test here first, since that's simple enough. I wonder how many of these you can... It feels like that this would have an infinitely growing sequence here. You can add as many as you can here in this department. I mean, it will just keep growing, right? Alright, so bring you guys over here and get this done with. There we go. Alright, so it all should be 0. The text timer might be completely different. Who knows? We'll see. Also, the audio mixer here is still... Yeah, it's still low, but it doesn't feel low enough. Alright, because we have 1 there, that's 1. Right, I forgot about that tidbit. Well, that's good. Actually, that's a good test. So yeah, the timer text is obviously going to be different. Why was that one again? Oh, right, because it's public, and I was changing stuff here. Right. That was for tests and whatnot. I can put these back to 0 now. Well, most of this doesn't matter, because this gets changed out anyways when the game loads in all the progress from all the files. So, obviously, the timer isn't going to look exactly right. I'm going to do like 100, and it's just going to be 100. And let's say we complete 257 levels. We accumulated a decent amount of deaths, but not a lot. We found definitely a few levers, but not all of them. We at least got one voice log. We definitely have at least 2 keys. And now we just go on ahead and see what this is gonna do. Right here. It should exactly match all that there. Yep. I gotta figure out what to do with the timer, but for now, it'll do. For now. And any changes we can adjust easily without too many issues. Just like make one change, then copy that change throughout the course of that. Everything here seems like it's right where it needs to be, so that's good. That's great. Even. Alright, I'll put these back to 0 now. And this is gonna... Yeah, no, that's a float. And you... Yeah, you're just that. No, don't go to negatives. You shouldn't go to negatives to begin with. Alright, good. So I'm going to name this to File 1 Progress instead. I'm going to copy you. You get out of here. File 2 Progress. Oh wait, shit. Right, that's not going to help. Delete. This is the one we want to change. Copy. There we go. Call you 2 instead. No, you fool. Alright, fine. Collapse, bring it here, and open up. And these all we really need to do is just change the name. I don't know what that means, but it's not like we're using event cameras anyways for this one, so it's fine. That's directional, you fool. Go to this one. Open up this one. There we go. And then just change these to 2 so it's not going to be a pain to try to figure out where all of this stuff is. The timer text is going to have to be different, that's for certain. It might be that we have to take the variables that we get there and like separate it somehow. But only take... Well, I guess we probably could take the 2 digits, right? And no, that wouldn't work. Well, no, we could take those 2. Or we just count seconds if we don't have milliseconds shown. No idea. We'll find out soon enough. Alright, so you move there now. Sucks that I'm not going to be... Like, any DLC-based stuff that I would decide to put in here, if I were to plan to continue building onto this game, it wouldn't really be easy to get set up to showcase here. Like, say if we get to the point where all like DLC stuff is made and we no longer work on the first one, maybe work on the second one, depending on if we want to continue doing this. All of that stuff right there, well, there's no room for us to be able to get any extra information down below. Unless I were to have it set to where I separate the information slightly. Alright, that takes care of that. Move that down. So if I were to like crunch the information down a bit, spread it out a bit more, and do all that stuff, then yeah, that would work. That would be what we need in order to get 3 lines of progress and whatnot going here. And then there's the timer. Whoops. And the level. And the depths. And then the levers. And the voice logs. Whoops. And lastly, the keys. Alright, that takes care of that. That's going to be an issue. So this one might have to change a tiny bit. Unless I decide to just get rid of this line here, which we could probably do. Where are all of these lines here? There we go. Yeah, we can just get rid of the lines there. Sure, why not? It's weird that it doesn't have a box, but it's whatever. We want to showcase every single instance here if we can. Alright, Oops, don't know where I'm going, but I don't want to go there. Okay, now that that's been taken care of, we gotta go on ahead and go through all of these and change these numbers. Oh, there's so many of these. It's insane just how many of these we have. This is going to be one giant-ass window. But it's fine, because this is the only time this stuff is being shown, so we might as well go all out on precision instead of going a roundabout way to try to make it detect all of these particular texts. Am I right? So basically just do what we did, take the numbers and change them. I don't know, I kind of want to move this down one instead. There we go. Alright, so here's file 1's progress. The timer text is probably going to get a... Oh, wait. Shit, that's the wrong one. File 1 progress. There we go. That's better. Now I'll just do this. Alright, now I just gotta take all of these and change them to 2. As tedious as it is trying to go through each and every single one of these, we want this to work right. And it's also nice to have a little bit of professional, looking like intro screen to show people that, yes, a lot of care and thought went into this game. We're just hoping that the frickin' speed of which certain things were moving in the menu isn't going to affect a bunch of stuff. Whoops. Oh, here's hoping. And after we do this, we just gotta grab all of this stuff here. The stuff in the other area. And fix that. Okay, so 4s, 4s, 3s, 3s, 2s, 2s. And of course, 1 obviously already works, but it's good to check regardless. Alright, good. So the start menu's got what it needs. So now we just go on ahead, look at all of those texts over there, and just go through each and every one of these. So file 2 timer to here, timer text, and then level text, and then death text, levers text, voice logs text, keys text, and that should be all 4 of that. Yep, 6. Right, now we just go on ahead and take these and put them here, these here. Alright, I guess we're doing the levers next. Deaths, levers, okay. Voice logs, and then keys. There we go. Alright, and the timer, and then the level, and deaths, and levers, and the voice logs, and last, keys on bound. There we go. And I gotta change you to 4, even though it technically doesn't really matter too much. I still want consistency in these files and whatnot. Alright, good. Well, if you were that, then you're definitely 3, and you're definitely 2. Okay, good, great. So the menu scene has all that stuff set. Good, great, fantastic. There's no point in looking, it's all going to be 0, but I just want to see. Well, there's always a point. We gotta test to see if it actually works. Alright, look at all those zeros over there. Still really want to try to figure out how to get my own text here. Surely I can just go on ahead and... Well, where's TextMesh Pro? Resources. Fonts and materials. Sprite assets. Style sheets. I don't know what this is. Maybe this is examples? Fonts. Ah, yes, there it is. Import. Basically, I have to figure out how to make my own font. Like this. Smooth. Make it smooth? Smooth. Dynamic. Unicode? Default set? I have no idea. It's best to not really mess with it. Reverse. If we can. I don't know what that does. Don't know what that does either. Font names. I guess that doesn't matter. Well, it looks like we can just import a font, so maybe we'll import our own font if we can get the time and the chance to do stuff. Oh, we're in this mode anyway, so these changes wouldn't have mattered. Nothing was showing. No, nothing's going to show anyway, so there's no point. So that takes care of the fonts portion. Now we can exit game. Now we can see all of the variables being used there. The only thing that's left for us to do now is going to be the tedious portion. Okay, so I need to create a folder here. We'll call it Save Data. I'm going to put data in here because this seems like a good place to put this. I'm going to reopen it up, obviously. And then we're going to build the data like we have built all the other data in this department over here. We don't need this anymore. I don't need emitting. I don't need to get function. I don't need to get access. I don't need to randomizer right now. I don't need to display these at the moment. I don't need this. This is all I need for this department. All right, so we got to do this. I don't exactly remember what this did. Oh yeah, because we need save state.data. So we're going to use the same thing. Save state, save system. I believe save state, yeah, save state saves all of your stuff. Basically, this goes on ahead, does a, save system, i.e. this thing runs that function, and I don't remember what this was, but this is important. Unless this is the stuff that it's saving, which would make sense to an extent. Like zone equals that, levels equals that. But that's updating. Oh, wait, no, yeah. Update variables. So it updates the variable as soon as it's about to do the save game instance. Makes all of that the same as, the static variables here. Then it runs that, assuming it, can run that and not, skip it accidentally as it, tries to skip through systems. Then it takes that variable up here, this. Wish it would show me where this is, but it takes this stuff and does that. Yeah, right, okay. So I guess what we're going to do is get save state and save system variables made for this. What was this for again? For a script that probably doesn't even exist anymore. Ah, there you are. Okay, I'll delete you. You're not needed. Yes, you were never used to begin with. Alright, so now we're going to go over to our save data. We're going to go on ahead and create save state. And of course, I think it's just save system, right? Save system, the thing that saves. I think the only thing that's being fully utilized here in any instance is save state. Because save system and data is basically its own department. Alright, I'm going to open both of these up now, and we're going to get to work on getting the save system set. Now, we're not going to know how this is going to work fully just yet. Because we don't have, all the stuff there. I mean, I guess what we could do is, have the public variables change and whatnot. Still, even then, it's just, there's a lot more to it than just that. And global variables there, and then we got the save variables and whatnot. Depends on how I want to go about doing this. So I guess for now we'll just work on getting the save system going. So where do we want to start with, you may wonder? Well, I could do public game or data, and then save state data. So basically we just have to have that match this. So whoops, right now I need to go on ahead, savable data, or savable variables, yeah. And we'll just go ahead and make another region called savable variables, just because we want to try to keep it in check. Oh, now you do the end region. All right, so I need to do public game data and then save state data. Public data, save state. Was it dot data? I'll have to look that up in a minute. It's not going to do anything yet. It's not dot. Okay, it's just a simple space. Right. Oh, that's fine, apparently. And then what you essentially do is take your variables, i.e. that stuff there, and do data.zone. Ah, I see. I see, right. So the only ones that we have that are savable right now is creep file. Whoops. What was it again? Creep file equals, yeah, data.zone. I think this is what allows that to save, right? It's been a while, I gotta remember. Equals data dot. Well, we don't have creep file, but we will get that set up in a minute. So save state. I guess that means in a save state, we probably want to get our variables set here. All right, easy enough. Oh, also, is there anything important here? Oh, baby, here, public class. Yeah, no, that's it. Variables. All right, so again, region, end region. I was thinking you would do end region, but I guess not. So let's see, before I do anything. I believe it's got to be public regardless, but it's always good to check. Yeah, public, public. No matter what, it's got to be public so they can access each other. That's what it is. So public, I think it's just simply an int, right? You're an int. Yep. And we'll just call you creep file. And we got the static int for creep, which is good. All right, so you got that set. I basically just need to do the same thing for all of these, too. The ones that need to be saved are these things. The ones that don't need to be saved, these two right here. But that's, its own thing. So that's the creep file. I guess I'll just call this, we'll probably call this progress variables instead. Because that is technically a part of progress. If you don't know what that is. It's its own level of progress. Alright, then we have options variables. Which is all this stuff. So now essentially, we just gotta go on ahead. SFX file equals data dot SFX file. Same thing with this one. BGM file equals data dot BGM file. And then CBM file equals data dot CBM file. So that's the only ones that we've got so far. And try to figure out how I want to go about doing this. Because we don't have actual save instances here yet. There's only 3 save instances, and we don't have the menu for it yet. Not yet, cat. Not just yet. Alright, so that's our current data instance right here. Allowing us to do the things that we need to do in this department right over here. These are the save variables that we want to save to our file. And now we have this. So I don't know exactly where we want to go first. We could probably just set up the save game and load game classes. So yeah, we could do that. Alright, nope, not there. Save game data. And it was public void save game. I believe is the only thing we need there. Yep, just save game. Alright, and now here's where the save slots come in handy. Save file in this case. So if, whoops again, data.save file is equal to 1. Then that will run its thing. We won't worry about all of this fully just yet, And we don't really need to worry about any of this just yet either. Even though I guess it's good to want to have. All this does is just runs this particular protocol. We won't set it up just yet, but it's there. And there's only 4 variables that this will do anything with. Oops. There we go. So that's our save game instance. And now we need the load game data. Which again, load game. And I think you're in the same vein, kind of. Yeah, you basically run this, have all that set like that, and then have that set like this. There's also going to be something that we need to get set that loads data from this. But we'll only have its, like, do its... So yeah, we're probably going to need to have another load, like, game here in the regular save state to, like, grab the data that we have changing in that department, which we don't have the variables for just yet. But yeah, data, then data equals save system, and yada, yada, yada. That part doesn't matter, right? Right now, what matters is that we get these 4 in here. And here's the fun part that we're going to have to do every single time we do this. Because it has to be here. Annoyingly enough, it has to be here. I can't have it be anywhere else. We need to run this thing, which we won't do yet, and then we got to get these variables changing to this. And then we got to take this and have that equal those variables. And it's only going to run once when the game loads. So essentially, we just gotta, like... No, not that. Shit, I gotta do it this way. Unless I could just do that. No, that's not gonna work either. It's fine. It's fine. So, let's see. I will separate this, though, to make it easier. So, progress, variables. I feel like this is going to be very important. Create file equals, what is it? Data dot... Wait, what? Am I doing this wrong? No. We don't have that set yet, I don't think. Oh yeah, my game... Okay, yeah, right. Data equals... I guess we do have to get that set, do we? Alright then, data equals something that we're not going to be able to use yet, so basically it's save system and load progress file 1 will do. Save system dot load the progress file 1. We don't have that set yet, obviously, but it's fine. Data dot create file. I believe, right? Yeah. Okay, good. I mean, I guess we probably could just set up the classes here. Yeah. Oh, and we also probably should set this up. So, static class save system. So, no model behavior. And it is a static. Yeah, it looks like that doesn't need those, right? Yeah, so basically we just gotta go ahead and get rid of those and just basically have... Basically the load progress, save progress, all that stuff. Yeah, easy enough. Okay, we don't need you. Save game. And I believe public static void, right? Alright, so public static void, which is just save progress, right? Yeah. Save progress file 1, of course. And what did you have here? Yeah, save state, and then whatever the hell we decide to have there. Save state. I'm not sure if I could just go run with data, right? Or no, there's data there. I guess I could probably just do information. Well, information. Does that matter? Does that matter? I'm going to see if that matters. Yeah, no, it doesn't matter. I like capitalizations better in that department. Sure, just capitalize it. Also, did I call that date? No, I did call that data. Alright, good, great, fantastic. Alright, so now we just gotta go on ahead and take all of this stuff here. And basically just copy it for all of the departments. Now, load game. Call this load progress file 1. Copy that as well. This is how I essentially did the thing. It only showed like a few instances, but it worked. I don't see why else it won't work. So it works. All right, there's all that set. Load progress file 1. I guess we don't have all the stuff there set still. I did call this correctly, right? Load progress file 1, just in case. Yeah, we just got to get all the other stuff there set. So right now, that's not going to do anything yet until we get this all set, which is fine. It's fine. In the meantime, though, I might as well get all the other stuff set. So basically, yeah, sfx file equals data dot sfx file. This basically just allows you to load in the stuff that you have essentially set up there. cbm file equals data dot cbm file. And close that off. Alright, good. Now, a lot of this is not going to do anything right now, obviously, because we are nowhere near getting this set. But it's fine. You can stay red for now. We're going to be doing a bunch of stuff here. Alright, let's see. So that's, I guess, select file. And we'll turn into a region as well. Select file. And of course, end region. And now we need load global data. Which, if I remember correctly, was basically just data dot creep. Yeah, data dot creep equals creep file. And then, of course, all the other stuff, sfx. I believe that's the one, right? SFX. You get an SFX file. Data.bgm equals bgm file. And data.cbm, or colorblind mode, equals cbm file. There we go. The only global ones that we have that changes. And these two stay their own thing. They don't get saved, for obvious reasons. Well, I guess since now we got that set, this was basically just, oh, well, here. Yeah, just take all of that, load this in first, then take all of this and load in the current new data, which is going to be a little bit tedious, but we'll see what happens. If certain things changes, then that's fine. And then we want to do we want to run an update variables instance. But we probably want to call that something else. I don't know if we are going to use this. Did we use that for the wrong one? Did we use that for you? No, we didn't use a single one for you. So I'll get rid of you for now. So we want to run a public void because we might want to call this on some other instance. We'll see. We'll call this one save data? Maybe? Possibly? Save data? So basically what this will do is it will save every instance every time it saves. So as you can see by the way that's set, that equals the global variables stuff. So essentially we gotta do this again. Creep file equals data.creep. It takes all of it. SFX file equals data.sfx. BGM file equals data.bgm. And of course, CBM files equals data.colorblind. And then it goes on ahead and runs a save game instance. So once it goes on ahead and sets all of this thing's variables to that, it saves everything. This is only going to be located in levels and the main menu screen, the only instances where the game will save. And I guess also technically the start menu. So it's located in 3 different instances, all the levels, the main menu, and the start menu. Start menu to load, and the other 2 to save the data. And that's essentially how we have that set, so that we can set all that up in one instance. So we have save data run. So that's what we want to run every time we want to save data. And then it saves the game that you have. Simple as that, really. And the only thing I think I need in this department is basically just to run save system.save progress slot file then in this. So save system dot save progress file 1 and this. Yeah, that's a class. I don't believe I can change that unless I can. Yeah, no, that one has to be that. If it's light blue, that's a local variable. If it's blue, it has to be that, no matter what. And I believe that's all we needed. Debug log excluded, of course. Okay, so goes on ahead, runs that system as, follows. Saves file 2, file 3, file 4 in that direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just gotta make sure that all of these are what they need. Yeah, so that's essentially what this does. Depending on what save file you've selected, it will then start to load a game, whatever one, takes all of the variables from here, and makes them equal the data variable that has been loaded onto here by running a load system that will be on here. Then once that has equaled that variable, the variables that have been changed will then be brought all the way over to here, and will change these variables over there to, the ones that have been changed here. You can't do it with this. Believe me, I tried. I just went ahead, did data.that. Doesn't work. It does not work. Well, for one thing, we're not running that, but it doesn't work regardless. Say if I were to go on ahead and do data.creep right now. Well, apparently it doesn't work. But I don't know why it's starting to work now, but I don't want to change it. This is what we got. This is the system that we're rolling with. This is the one that we know that works. And I don't want to change it for anything. So this area is pretty much set, minus all the other variables that this game has. So right now, we got to get the save system going. And this part's the complex part. Believe me. Okay, so we need these 2 things. And because this is a pain in the ass to type in this stuff, well, I guess, don't we already have system.io here? We do not. Okay, I'm just doing that for this. Only for that one, because that one's a huge pain in the ass to remember and type up. We're going to have to keep looking at that one. And we're going to have to keep looking at this one, but, just for the sake of keeping things where it needs to be. And where it has to be. Okay, so we got to get ourselves a binary formatter going. Let me try my best to, get an understanding of how this works again. So we got our formatter over here. I guess, technically, you have to be F, right? That doesn't matter. But we got our formatter over here. So now we got to use that and change it into a new binary formatter, followed by these 2, which I feel like I should have been able to remember that, but it's fine. I want to see if this actually is, yeah, it's a local variable. So why, yeah, I guess it's green on the line for a few reasons. And then we got to get a string, which is essentially going to be the name of the save file slot. Application persistent data path is going to be used here. I have no idea what that exactly does. All I know is it allows us to name the thing that we need to have. So alongside that, it was basically just application dot the persistent data set, right? That application dot persistent data path. Was it equal to? No, plus. Plus, and of course the strings, which I guess we could probably call file or save file 1. Assuming that's screwed up. I gotta have dot. Right, I have a dot. Dot what? Dot what? What do we want to have it called? What's the usual save file called? I mean, I guess it doesn't exactly matter. This is just for show. I guess we could probably call it paint. May? PM? Nah. Slot. Or data. Yeah, data. Save file 1.data. What am I missing here? Wait, what am I missing? Oh, wait, no, that's fuck. You gotta be this, you fool. I don't know what that does exactly, but it's fine. It's fine. Alright, so we got our string path there. Good, great. Now we got our path. Now, of course, we gotta get a file stream going. Now, since it's saving it, it shouldn't really be too big of an issue. So, file stream, and just call it stream. Capitalization. Wait, path needs to be capital, you fool. Even though that's apparently not the coder way, but I do it my way, even though it doesn't really make any sense. And then, of course, you would just do another file stream, because this is the kind of stuff that you have to look up, because it doesn't make much sense, like, in the first instance. And even once you've made... Oh, wait, right. It's a capital P now. Remember, it's got to be capital, our little things. And then just file mode.create. Yeah, that should be simple enough. Just simple file mode.create. Good, and that should be there for that. Alright, awesome. Now we gotta go ahead and grab our, game data. So data equals new data, and then information. Should be easy enough to remember. Data equals data dot, fuck. I don't think that was it. I think I've forgotten. New! I got the one part right, but no, it's new. New data information. And then essentially it does the format.serializer, the stream and the data, which goes on ahead and creates the file of that. I believe that just simply overwrites that every time it does that, no matter what. So formatter.serialize and then stream and data, of course. So formatter.serialize followed by, fuck, what was it again? I forgot. I've already forgotten. What was it? Data? I gotta look. Stream data, right. It's stream data. Alright, good. And of course, okay, can I remember? I've forgotten already. Stream close. Right. Stream close. So there we go. Okay, what did I miss here? Stream dot fuck. Yeah, I figured as much. I figured that's what I'd be missing. You know what? Expected what? Oh, it's comma. Right, of course. Always gotta have a comma there. That doesn't need a comma, but this does. Oh yeah, because it's certain things, right. I know why that needs a comma, but my brain just can't seem to comprehend it at the moment. And that essentially should be all there is in that department. And now that we wrote that up, I'm not writing all of this up. We're just going to copy all of this and change these. So this will essentially allow for us to save all of our data. Creates its own local variables that it calls upon, changes it to whatever it needs to be changed to, and then that saves it. I'm doing binary formatter because that was the only thing that I had that actually worked for me, when the other ones, for some reason, was not working and confusing and scary. But, you know, we figured this one out. Besides, it's not like we're doing cloud storage save or something. We've been at this for an hour and a half. I think once we've gotten the save data stuff done with, we'll probably call it here. We don't have any instances that allows us to save. Unless I create an instance that allows me to just save the variables that we got in that department, as well as allow us to load that data, which I guess is kind of something we might want to do regardless. We could probably do that. Yeah, sure, why not? I guess we're also going to have to change those local variables to something else because it's going to use the a very specific thing. All right, so this one is going to be a little bit tricky, to say the least. We need to create a string path now, which is going to check to see if save.slot is there. And then, oh, that's how you do file.exist. Well, I'm still going to do the 0, because that is going to work regardless. Let's see. Oh, that's up. I don't want that up. Okay, so string path. I already forgot all of the information. Equal application persistent data path equals application dot persistent data path plus, I'm hoping that's plus this one. Let's not forget save file 1, since this is this one, data. We're checking this. Did I get it right? I remembered, I think. I went immediately, I remembered. Alright, so yeah, if file exists, obviously, this is going to be important. I forgot the exact reason why .exist exists, and of course, path. If that exists, then it goes on ahead and does its thing. I'll get else set up immediately. And then it just does a debug.log error. And it will just return the null. So it'll try to do the thing. Return null, was it? I feel like I'm missing something here. What was it again? Oh, fuck, I've forgotten. Return null. And then there's return data, of course. Unless I'm missing something up here. Return data. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's first write up everything that we need to write up. So again, we need to get the binary formatter, and basically it's just the same thing as this, I think, right? Yeah, binary formatter, this here. There's no string that we're making, though. We're basically just creating file stream equals, file stream followed by the path that's already up there, and now it's create. All right, that's easy enough. So I'll just go on ahead, copy you, and this one is open, I believe. Just double checking because I can sometimes forget. Yeah, file mode.open. And then we just gotta grab the game data. So data equals formatter deserializer. All right, data equals fuck formatter deserializer. Formatter dot deserialize, not deserializer. And the stream as game data. Stream as data. What did I miss? Because I'm sure I missed something. Oh wait, I didn't miss anything? Oh, I did it! I remembered, yes! And of course, stream.close followed lastly by return. Oh, okay, well. First things first, I want you to be data. There we go. And return data. Although I don't know why that's being like that. Yeah, why is that being like that? Oh, that's weird. That one's working fine, but this one for some reason is not. Just make that exact. Unless I did something wrong up here, which is likely. File exists, application persists. Yeah, that's basically the same. Put that here. I could probably just do this and then do that. And there we go. Or not. Well, I could probably just do this. There we go. Come on, you could do it. And then this. Good, great. Okay, so let's see. Where did we go wrong? Here we got the path. That equals that. Application persists data path. And plus the name of the thing. We got that right. File.exists path. And we got that right. Binary formatter equals the new binary formatter, obviously. File stream equals stream new file stream path file mode.open. We did that right. Data equals formatter.serializer stream as data. Stream close. What? Why does that work and this doesn't? Excuse me? Oh, that's why. This part, right here. And this stuff, right here. That's right. Of course! That makes a lot more sense now. I guess I should have looked at the more obvious ones up here. Alright, so that means all of you are wrong. But that's okay, because I can just go on ahead and do this. I could probably just do this instead, so that I can just do this. What? No, what are you doing? There we go. There we go. Change it to 3. And then change it to 4. Alright, I see. And because of the way you're set, you basically need to have all this stuff. So, okay. Now that we fixed the problem, all I gotta do is just essentially put all this here, change the numbers, and then this here. And then this here for 4. There we go. So it checks to see file 4, file 3, file 2, file 1. There it is. There it all is. Also, I kind of forgot I wanted to have a region called save game for this one, just so that this kind of gets closed off with ease. We're going to leave it open for now since we're technically working on it still. And we got load game and, of course, end region. So that's that. That's our load system set. The save system should now be set, assuming that this changes. Unless I missed something in this department, which is a possibility. And let's see. Data equals save system dot load. That's right. Right, of course. It's the problem is the most likely problem. Everything was right except for parentheses, which is obviously very important. I did it for this, but I didn't do it for that for some freaking reason. That's why it wasn't working, why I showed that. And now everything should be set. There's no way to know how this is going to work at the moment, though. But there's a few things here that I want. So system collection, all that stuff is good. Public class save state model behavior. So this is going to be put into a save system instance. So anytime we want to like run these run these particular commands, just got to do like put this there, have that grab, have whatever wants to grab this, grab that, and then run the command from there instead. Well, no, technically it's save data for this one. So run save data, or I guess it doesn't exactly matter because once we get the thing set, it's going to do its thing. And then all of this stuff should be set and working just fine, but I will check to see if anything up here has changed. Go to save system, and let's see. Public static void, followed by all that. All right, good, great. Going over to here, public static name of the script, load progress file, followed by all of this stuff right here. And that should be good, I hope. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see, Cat. Part of me feels like I could do this, like if I were to just have a string path equals the name of this, and that's the thing, but it's fine. Now, I'm going to check the game data as well, just because, and just make sure that everything is there where it needs to be. System serializable, public class name of script, followed by the variables that you want to save, followed by the static variables that you want to save, followed by the variables that are saved to the save state, or brought to the save state, or whatever the hell that's going to be. But yes, and that's how you do that. That's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. So, this looks confusing, but trust me, there's reason and rhyme to it. This sets up the format for, the binary stuff. That makes the name for the file that you want to save. If I remember correctly... Oh, also, I got my base drawing stuff back. The new volume right here. The video base. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's what that was. Right. That makes more sense than where I have that. Okay, I was wondering where the hell this was. Never mind. Anyways, the thing that of which we go to, if I can remember correctly, was in this thing. And then we go over to here. Go to my full name folder. Then it was like this one, and then there was this. No, wrong one. This Fault Company, which I probably should change that to Realm of the Cats. And then there's all our stuff. There's Paint Maze. Here's the Paint Maze test. Wait, what was this again? What the hell was this again? Oh, player preference. Wait, what? No, I don't know what it is. Here's the save slots. I don't know what this is, exactly. I don't remember that being there. Strange. Doesn't matter, but yeah, that's where you go to access the save files and whatnot. So then it goes ahead and creates a file stream, which I think is basically just accessing the file of the computer or something. Wherever the hell the thing is on the computer, runs the string name, creates the file, then saves the data from here to the data here, and formats the, serialize the file. It's very confusing. You'd only know how to do this if you look it up. Unless you really, look into it. I'm pretty sure there's classes like that in college or something, but I don't know. It's confusing as hell. It's confusing as all hell. And now we gotta wait for this thing to load. So the save stuff is pretty much set at the moment. I'm just not sure I want to do, any of the full-on save data variables for this just yet. At least all of this is set, which is good. I guess what I can do, real quick, is add in some stuff here. So we got unique variables, which probably should have been... Wait, what? Didn't I not call this progress variables? Why did I not call that I called that progress variables, right? Progress variables. I didn't call that one progress variables. So I guess what we'll do is public int and call it levels. Hopefully that works. Hopefully I can just do dot levels. Public static int. Or levels file. Yeah, that way I could just call it like this. There's also other things. I guess that's just fine. We have zone position, level position. Yeah, we'll call those zone position, level position when the time comes. Alright, the only other thing here in that department then is levers file. And obviously, if we add this stuff, that has to be saved as well. No, levers. The levers one is unique, but that doesn't matter right now. I think we just got grab some things off of that. Let's see. Voice logs file public static int voice logs file. Oh, voice logs, you fool. remember, I can't do the thing that I'm trying to do. I guess technically the creep file can also be... Yeah, no, that's already set. Timer and deaths are a completely different thing. With levels, levers, voice logs, creep, all that is on its own accord. Oh god, but we have to do this every time. We gotta, like, make these things here. Okay, it's fine. So, I will separate this as well. Obviously, it makes sense to separate it, because, you know, it wouldn't make any sense otherwise, so... That's not where I want you to be. Whoops. Progress variables. Variables, you fool. So, levels file. This isn't set yet, but it'll be set soon. Levels file. Levers file equals data.levers file. Two names sounding similar, but are as close to similar spelling with one letter off. Don't know where exactly that is. Then there's voice logs file equals data.voice logs file. And that's that for that department. Now we go over to save state, and we get those progress stuff in. Again, levels file, levers file, voice logs file, and then the creep's already pretty much set. There we go. This is good to figure out. So that's all the variables that get set there. So basically everything here is set. The one that allows you to change the variables in a save state, as well as that allowing you to change the variables in a save state as well. And the one that stays consistent throughout the entire game, so we don't have to keep loading the data in every time we go into a certain area. That's why I have it set up like that. As tedious looking as it is very important. In more ways than one. Oh, right. Options variables. Also gotta get that set up as well. And now we gotta go in here, and here comes the pain part, which also options variables. I'll probably take all of that and move them around a bit. So levels files equals data dot levels files. Levers files equals data dot levels files. I am glad that some of it's kind of staying here. Voice logs files equals data dot voice logs files. And that's basically that for this. I take all of this, and I just do this just because. I can't have it be like in its own department. Unless I can somehow have like a field that we like have called, but it has to be here. It takes the local variable there. It is what it is. Alright. So that's all that there set up. And now for this stuff, the load global variables, which I guess I'll also set up a region for. Load global data. And region. And again, progress variables, followed by options variables. We want to try to make this look nice. So data.levels equals levels file. There we go. Data.levers equals levers file. Data.voice logs equals voice log files. And data. Let's see. No, the creep is already set. Never mind. Alright, there we go. We got our progress, we got our options. So these are the ones that are going to be used. We'll have an instance that will load upon these particular variables every time the start menu does its thing. So I guess the question is, how the hell do I want to go about doing that? See, I'm not sure how that's going to work. It's taking the local variables there and having it equal the data from data. Okay, alright. Seems simple enough. So we need to have an instance where it starts. That's a global restart. Or I could probably just call this startup and have global restart over here. It'll always start to half and always go to false. Right, cat? Cadillac? SUV? Anyways, load progress, or load file progress. I have no clue how the hell this is going to work. Loading multiple things at once doesn't seem like a good idea. So I guess what I'm going to do is just have this one start a coroutine. And call it, load file 1. Progress. There. So what that will do, we'll start this coroutine, which will load up the file progress. Do I have coroutines here, or is this... That's update. Okay, now. Yeah, the start menu has a lot of stuff here. To like show stuff and hide stuff. Coroutines. And I don't know if I stated this before, but I realized that it says coroutines. I've been calling coroutines, which makes no sense, but it is what it is. Coroutines. Yeah, coroutines makes a hell of a lot more sense. How would I think about it? Alright, IE numerator, load file 1 progress. Which will be essentially quick. So as soon as this thing starts, it will load everything here. That's not where I want to go. I want to go to save system. Save state. So what it will do is this. Does that. Data equals save system. I just realized that technically doesn't exactly have that, unless that runs every time. Hold on. I want to check something in case I forgot something, because technically that's not exactly running it. Yeah, no, it does work still, even without that running it, which is weird, but I guess it's fine. I'll go back down to, what was it, 150? No, 100. Was it 100? No, I did it 110. There we go. Much better. Now I just realized load game technically just takes the data from there and have that equals progress slot 1. Unless this thing just does it immediately? Well, it's a... Wait, no. Hold on. Oh yeah, it's taking a public static from the data. I guess that's what it does. I don't fully understand it, but I understand it enough to know that this essentially loads everything in. Essentially. Okay, so that does this. Assuming that we have this set right, I gotta grab all the variables up here, and Jesus Christ, that's gonna take a while. Did I have anything else here? Let me hide that and keep this open. Now that's just the text stuff. And that's just hiding a bunch of that stuff. Right? That hides it? Yeah. Essentially what that's doing is just allowing for all of those variables to do their thing. And we got the progress text over here. Well, I guess we're just going to go on ahead and do this then. So let's see. Let me remind myself what the progress names are. Okay, file 1 timer. File 1 timer equals, well, we don't, no, we technically do. Oh, wait, no, we don't have the timer stuff set up. Right, hold on. Alright, options. I guess options will be bottom, so statistics variables. Like, if we're going to be saving all this stuff anyways, then we might as well, right? Int, just call it time. I don't think I could just call it time, can I? I don't know why I'm calling it timer, but I guess... Do I really want to go through and change all of that? Timer. Basically timing you and how well you're doing in the game. Yes, of course. Right. Statistics, variables. Public, int, no, float. You have to be float as well. Assuming that that's what it's going to be, because, no, timer file. And of course, public float deaths file. And obviously a public static int, I meant to say int deaths. Assuming that's not going to be used by anything. And here we go again. But hey, at least we get the statistics stuff set up. Statistics. Variables. Alright, let's see. So, timer file equals data.timer file. And deaths file equals data.deaths file. I'll go over to save state, and we just basically set up these. Statistics variables. Public float, timer file, and public int deaths file. Which will allow this to do that. There we go. And now I gotta do this. At least I only need to do it once. Statistics. Okay, I did spell right. Variables. This one's not going to be that big. The zones, variables, and all that stuff's probably going to be big, but it's fine. Alright, let's see. So statistics variable timer file equals data.timer file. There we go. Deaths file equals data.deaths file. There. Don't know why that took so long to load, but I guess it's fine. I guess I could... Yeah, I'll just grab this entire thing here and just copy it in between these. Oh, you're not doing the double. That's not cool. Dang it, I pressed B! I don't know what that did, but it didn't do anything. There was nothing, apparently. Alright, file 1... Or I guess I could do... No, we'll do file 1. I want to separate these a little bit better so that it's easier for me to know where I need to go. Well, I guess technically we can just collapse it like that. Like that there, but it's fine. And then there's loading the global data. Statistics variables. Data.timer equals timer file. And data.deaths equals deaths file. Alright, so there's that. Oh yeah, frick. I gotta do it more time. I gotta, write this, 6 times? 3 here, 3 here? Right, how could I forget? This is also another thing that needs all of this stuff saved. Man, if you have, a lot of saved stuff, it is really, it's really massive, huh? Especially with a game like this, which is going to be pretty freaking big. Statistics variables. Okay, good, great, fantastic. I guess levels files equals data.levels. levers file equals data dot levers. Voice logs files equals data dot voice logs. And you already equal that, so that doesn't matter. And then there's the statistics, Christ. Timer file equals data dot timer. And then deaths file equals data dot deaths. Okay, good. Assuming I haven't forgotten anything, it should just be as simple as that. All right, good. It saves all of this data and then saves the game, obviously. I might have an instance where I can save the game prematurely on my, what do you call it? Or change the variables as I see fit, save it, and then go exit the game and load and whatnot. Okay, but there's that. Now the start menu. Okay, you have what you need, I think. So data dot, I guess file one, or data dot timer file, right? Because it's not saving it via file; it's saving it via something else. Oh boy, here we go. File one levels equals data dot levels files. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Files one deaths equals data dot deaths files. There's two different deaths there. We gotta remember to always choose the one that with file at the end of it. All right, now levers equals data dot levers file. File one voice logs equals data dot voice logs file. And part of me is curious. File one keys equals data dot. Well, yeah, it's taking the file here and then doing the thing with it. Right, so I gotta like take the information from here and then have that change into whatever it is we have set for like certain instances. So, shit, we need more, don't we? Well, technically, yeah, we do need more. Unless we go on ahead and just... Okay, hold on, I got an idea. Well, I will get this stuff in, but creep file, and yield return new wait for seconds is 0.25f. So it takes a hot second for all of the data to load in. Okay, so there's something more here that we need to do. I just realized something. File data, or file variables. This is actually important. Public float. Well, to an extent, some of this doesn't matter. Well, I guess the timer might matter. Okay, well, timer, levels, deaths, those are their own thing. Levers is the ones that we need to not float int. Because there's going to be several different things here. File voice logs. And public int files keys. I gotta remember where I want most of these to be, but I feel like it should be easy. Just gonna have like 13 digits here with 11 being zeros to ones to indicate that the voice log was collected. And then same with the levers, but 35 digits. And then that, well, we already basically have the thing set. Not here. Technically, not there. Also, how long have we had this? Over 2 hours. Where was it again? Oh yeah, I was in the global restart, right. Yeah, so I have forgotten which one this was. I might need to look that up again. But it shouldn't be too hard. Alright, so we load this stuff in. These are their own thing. File keys. Did I forget to change you to file key? Files key. No, file key. You gotta be file keys, you fool. Okay, so that goes on ahead. It makes that equal this. And then, of course, file 1 levers equals... I gotta remember how I did this. Well, what did I do for this? It was in updates, correct? Yeah. Equals the thing that we need, which in this case is going to be... And then there was percent, but there was something else. File levers. Here's the question. What was it again? It's been a while. It's been a hot... Wait! No. Wait! Wait, I got an idea. Assuming I can go back without you being a douche. Okay, good. Where is it? It's in the status script. Colored keys. Was this the one? Ah, there it was. Okay, good, great. So it was percent... Okay, parentheses, percent, and then divide. Right. So parentheses. Percent. I don't remember how much this one has to be. Well, let me see for a quick minute. So that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to here. So that's basically what? The second variable. So, yeah, 10, 100% divided by 10. That gets you the second digit. Okay, so this is going to be how much? Let's get it divided by first. And let's get our 1. Let's get our 1. So right now, that's the second digit. I guess since we're going to get all of this stuff here, we probably don't even need that stuff up there. I am going to have to make sure that this resets those global variables. So it's that 7 times we got to put the variables in. Well, it's fine. Okay, so... It's how many digits again? Well, no, wait, fuck, right, hold on. Oh, God, what was it again? It was 2 variables that we wanted to grab. I think it might be better to just, no, wrong one. This one. I think it might be better to just go to our, where was it again? Our global, no, not our global variable, test variable digit. Ah, here we go. And remind myself what I needed to do for certain things. Okay, so from the looks of it, if that was a digit, then that would be like that. So just like what, put another 0 there? So that's basically grabbing the first 2 digits. So assuming that it's, working the same way that we have in our mind here, this would mean that we need to go into the 12th digit, I think, because that's the second digit we're grabbing. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What do you mean? Is that too big? Oh, unless this needs to be higher. So, okay. So in this case, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Is it too long? Wait, long? Is that a thing? Hold on, let me see that for a second. Is long a thing? Long. Is long a thing? I didn't know that it would have existed. Long int? This is the first I'm dealing with this. Is there like a certain max number we can have? If there is, then that kind of sucks. V. V? What do you mean V? What? Excuse me? Huh? Is there, okay, so is there like a reason we can't have long versions of these? Can we not save long numbers or something? That's weird. It is very weird. Are you trying to tell me I can't make these long digits or something? Alright, hold on, let me see what the problem is. Well, first of all, let's change this back to int. This is a first. I don't know what long is. There's a lot of stuff here that we don't need. Hold on. Long. Can you tell me what this stuff does? No? You're not going to tell me what this does? Well, that's annoying. So, how many digits is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is annoying. I want to try to get them to be bigger, but can we really only have 10? Is that like how that's going to be? In that case, would it make sense to just have multiple variables of certain... this is annoying. This is rather annoying, isn't it? Because I don't know what that is, or why that's like, oh, I can't do that, that's too big. I'm going to try something real quick. I'm going to go on ahead and see what happens if I were to do this. Levers. 1, oh, wait, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So are you really just trying to tell me that I can't have long variables? I don't know what this is. Can you give me more information? Cannot convert type long to int. I don't know what long means. Where is it? Well, that's data.lever. Okay, how about I do levers file real quick. Or not. Levers 1, or what was it again? What did I call that again? File 1 levers. I don't understand. Make that long. Okay, now it works. So are you trying to tell me I just have to make that long if I want to make long numbers? I don't know what long is, so maybe it might be a better idea to not do that, you know? For now. Until I can figure out what the hell is going on with that. In the meantime, though, I'm going to get all of this stuff set to 0. Well, again, is that 8 that I have to change? Progress variables. I gotta write up so many of these, it's insane. Well, I know you have to be up here. And you. Data.deaths equals 0. And then... oh, wait, no. Fuck. You're in the wrong spot. You're supposed to be beneath that. And then data.voice logs. I'll have to do some research and try to figure out what the hell that stuff is. Oh, wait. Typically, that stuff is statistics variables. Right, what am I doing? There we go. Options, variables. Alright, I guess I'm also going to just have a regions here and call that reset global variables. So that makes things easier. Now your full end region. There. I will have to look into that at some point. Fuck. I guess I could test it with this one at least. We got files 1 long. So we'll call these long then. Well, this one doesn't have to be long. That one only goes up to like 9 digits, I believe, right? Yeah. Alright, let's try it again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, this is 13. Okay, hold on. Restart. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Is it too long now? Are you going to tell me it's too long? You long? How many longs are there? Okay, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34? Okay, well, let's just see what this is going to do. Where are we at right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. We probably aren't going to do this. 36, I think. Alright, let's see. Are you going to say, yep, integral constants is too large. Alright, so I guess that means we just have to fragment this then. Seems like it anyways. Unless I just have the file lever. Okay, so, yeah, actually, better idea. At least for the levers, those are going to need to be, like, their own instance. So, well, we probably could have it in the voice thing. I don't know. Let's just do file 1 voice logs then. Equals data dot. No, not that. Well, no, not that. File voice logs. Oh, wait, right. Parentheses first. Parentheses. I have no clue how big this is going to be yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And I think 11. I'd have to look back at... was it here? No. It was... here. Oh, wait, no. It was technically here, because all I did was just look at... Oh. It was here. Right, that's taking the second digit, and that's the third digit. Right. So how big is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, could I just do this and... Oh, you're not going to tell me. Alright, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright, now that's 11. We want the 12th digit. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And 13, 14. Now I just got to change these to long. I mean, this is a good test in general to see if this actually is going to work. So, long, file 1 voice log. Thing is, I don't know if that's going to actually grab that the way we think it's going to grab it. It's making that equal the data for that. Alright, so change this to int for now because that might be just way too big. Apparently there is an actual digit limit. Dreams had a digit limit, but that was 7. Apparently you can use longs. I don't know what the hell that is. I guess that means if this is going to be its own thing, I could just get rid of that. Right. So we'll just test it with this. We'll test it with that, do its thing, and then for the keys... this one is simple. Files keys equals file, or file 1 key. File keys first so we can get that there. And of course a percent, and then a divide. And let's see here. So initial, red, blue, Roy, G, Biv. And then pink. Followed lastly by the last number. And that's how many? 10? I believe. Then that would mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yep, you're now long. Unknowingly enough, you're now long. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, pink, and then that's when I would spawn her. I mean, this is why we're doing these tests here. Apparently long is fine. Wait, what? Never mind, make it long. And this is why we're doing a test. I'm not going to get this fully set up just yet. Because we want to try to, like, see this work first. So that's going to try to grab the data from this. This is going to load it first. Then it's going to get all the data from this. It doesn't exist at the moment. This is probably going to say, there's no file loaded. Well, it's going to be running that, so. Yeah. Returned null. So right now, you're going to move over here. That's all 0. Okay, good. Which makes sense because there's nothing saved at the moment. So I think what we're going to want to do now is probably have a save management somewhere around here. Let me hide some stuff first so I can create an empty. Oh god, no. I don't know what you just did. Alright, good. I fixed it, I think. Set as default parent. I don't know what that did, but it's fine. It's fine. Oh, wait, I'm on the scale thing. Right. Okay, never mind. It's fine. Save manager. We got a sound manager, and we got a save manager. Doesn't matter where this goes. All that matters is that this gets save state. Right here. Like so. There's all that stuff. CBN bool file and whatnot. And yeah. So essentially we need to have an instance set here. I have no clue how that's going to work, but I guess it's fine. Alright, let's see. I need you right here to grab that. Now I gotta remember how to grab that. Unless I could just do... No, I'll just grab it. Grab save state. Oops. Grab save state. Oh wait, shit, that's the wrong one. That's not where I want to go. I want to go to the start menu. Go over to here. And we'll just do a grab save state. Alright, what do we have here close by that we can use? Literally nothing. I'm going to have to just grab one of these that has the thing that I need. I'll grab this one. Maybe. Yeah, that'll work. Just grab this. We'll... No, we grab all of that. Just grab this. Go over to start menu. Do this. Grab you. Delete you. And, grab save state again. Alright. Save variable. And save state. Unless there's a way I could activate this. I'll check. Save. So save equals save. Oops. Save variable. And just go to save state. I think I literally just. I'll go back here real quick. Just did the thing and have that like automatically grab the stuff. Right? Was it Canvas that had it? It couldn't have been zone text. Could it have been this? Oh yeah. You know, that was on the click thing, but now that we're not technically running the click, we have it done differently. We're just grabbing this like so, grabbing the save variable. And now, what I need to do, where is update? settings. Okay, here we go. I'm going to do a temp save, which is just check to see if input.get key down equals, key code dot space. We'll do space. This will be done to allow us to like do the things that we need to do, to like save. So if data.save file is equal to 1, essentially what it will do is save data. And we'll have some instances that allows us to change said data as we see fit. We're not going to do like everything fully just yet, but we'll worry about it later. I'm doing it with save file 1, of course, right now, because that's the one that we want to do. Well, I guess if we're doing it, if we're doing a fucking test, then why the hell am I having it do it like that? That's stupid. Yeah, just save the data. And I don't know if there's anything I'm going to save if input.get key down key code.enter. I can't see enter. Oh god, I can't see anything. What? Are you trying to tell me that enter does not exist? Alright, I don't know, I guess sure, left shift. Right, we'll do left shift. Random.range is what we'd need if we wanted to like have this save stuff. And what this is doing, right, so data.levels equals random.range, which will probably be like 0 to, let's say, like 800 or something. Sure, why not? And data dot. I guess since we got voice logs here, random dot range. I don't think we can actually do this one particular thing. Okay, what we would need is, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah. No? 12. 2. Well, I don't know how the hell that would work, because it's doing... Yeah, it's going to do a lot of numbers there. I guess it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, it's just going to do that now. Float? Oh, right, it's got to be float. Wait, then why do you work? Okay, well, I don't know why I'm doing that when we know that's technically not going to work the way that we want it to work. So I guess 0 to, like, I don't know, 10, quadruple digits. Sure, why not? Data dot, what would it be? I guess we'll do timer. It's random dot range 0 to that. Well, if we're going to be doing it that, then we need to do like F here then. That's an actual float. And the other ones we can't exactly really grab. Well, I guess the creep we could technically grab, right? No, the creep is maybe too long? We'll have to test that out at some point. So we have the ability to save, and every time the game starts, it loads in the data. Every time the menu is started, it loads in the data. So we're going to go in. I'm going to press shift once, left shift. It's... Oh god, everything. The sound just gave out on me. I don't know what happened. That or the thing tried to load in the data and it couldn't. No, that wouldn't make any sense. Alright, well, there we go. Now let's load it in. It should have saved, right? What? Alright, fuck. Of course. Yes, that would make sense. The save manager needs to be there, so of course it's not gonna do any of the load stuff. Save. Okay, we saved it now. Now it actually worked. Now we save. I think I saved it. Alright, now we do the test again. I don't know what you're talking about. It didn't work, apparently. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. What are you talking about, object reference isn't set to an instance of an object? Well, I guess what we should do is see if the file is even there, first of all. So I'm going to just go over to here, go over to here, go over to here. Didn't save this time. I don't know why. I have it set to save state, right? Unless I didn't press spacebar for some reason. Save.save data. Which is what we try to do. Unless there's something here that we're missing that's important. And it just loads all of that in. And this grabs the data and loads all that in. I must be missing something. I most likely am missing something. What the hell? Oh, it's just a bug. Oh, regardless, I probably should kill it anyways. Because you're going to just be distracted by it, cat. Essay file 1.data, which is something you should be doing. I guess let's just see if it's going to save. Okay, let's see. We have this here. I saved. Didn't work. Save. Alright, I am in the right spot, right? Yeah, because that's just PaintMaze test, something that we don't use anymore. That's all the save slot stuff. Oh, right! I forgot. Because we're technically doing... Okay, right. I forgot. Of course, data dot save file equals 1. That's why it's not saving, because it can't save. If save file is not equal to 1 or 4, through 4, that makes more sense now. I forgot about that tidbit. It's more to it than just that. Now it should save, right? There it is. Okay, good, great. So it's 0 now, but what is it going to change into next? There's only going to be 3 that can change, right? Okay, it worked this time. Oh, there's our numbers. Time is doing all the float stuff. So the timer's most likely going to change. Holy shit, we've died so many times. All right, I'm going to save again. Let's see how good we did this time. Did we do good or did we do bad? Let's see our numbers. Oh, jeez, that's a lot of deaths. But 576 levels completed. They must have tried that one particular zone. Although, in the span of 5,768 seconds, that doesn't seem legit. No. Alright, awesome, great, fantastic. So the save file is at least loading. We know that much for a fact. It's at least loading and bringing it there. Which means that I think I just have to change some of the stuff here. So we know that this is working. Now, I guess I could like still leave this here and just like change this when I see fit. I don't know. I should probably just like not bother with any of these and just have these be their own things. I'm trying to keep things rather condensed. I'll look into this, but for now, I guess what I'll do is keep it to ints. Just do that, you know? Because why not? Keep all of it to ints. And we'll just load in the variables as is. So 0 to 8. Well, the creep file, that one's going to be a little bit challenging. I don't know. It's not going to work the way you think. Unless I were to just change the creep key. Well, like I said, if we need to get long stuff, we can do that later. We can change all of that as we see fit as we go through all of that. But for now, we're just going to go on ahead and start coroutine. Load file to progress. Now we just take all of this. I guess I'll call this load file 1. Load shit. Not what I want. Load file 2, you fool. Do this, change these to this. Again, this is likely to change, so don't expect it to be anything different. Okay, I'll just grab all of that. So let's see, 2's, the file's there. Change these to 3. Well, I guess it could be a tad bit different. You'll see what I mean in a minute. And then, of course, load file 4. So yeah, essentially it's loading in these particular variables from those files. And setting those to this. So every time you go into this, it always loads. Does it do anything after that? That's where it ends. Well, I guess we'll have this here. Or we could just have this in the beginning. Then it just loads in all of that, like so. Alright, so I'm going to grab some stuff before I do anything. And we're going to be ending this quite soon. For the time being, I don't know, I guess I'm just going to go on ahead and make this... No, wait, no, that one's fine. Don't make this a float. Or at least don't show it as a float, hopefully. So we got timer, we got depths, we want levers, which again, random dot range being 0. I guess technically to 34, since the last number doesn't count for some reason. Data dot voice logs equals random dot range. Well, if this is the case, then let's just presume we have over 999, or we have 999 levels. We're not going to get that, probably, but it's fine. Have that be 12. Data dot creep equals random dot range. We also got to remember to deactivate that as we see fit. There we go. Okay, good. Great. So first we'll just do one instance of this. I'll go on ahead, press Shift, and then save. I guess I could also have an instant that changes my variables. So, yeah. Press Shift, then save. Now I'm going to go on ahead, change this to 2. But we could just have if input dot get key down. We could just do this. Key code D data dot save file plus equals 1. Instead of having to do this constantly. But wait, there's another one. And data dot save file is less than 3 or 4. So once it gets to 4, it won't do its thing. It won't go any further than that. And there's A. Greater than, what would it be? What would it be? 0. Yeah, it still would be 0 because I want to go backwards. So I'll make it greater than 1, actually. So save file plus 1, all that stuff. And you know what? We'll also go on ahead and get a debug.log and just have it save this one. Or show this one. We want to show which one we're on as we change our save file. Now we're just going to go into here, load in all of our data points. All right, let's see. So now we're on 1, press Shift. Now we're on 2, press Shift. 3, Shift. 4, Shift. Oh, wait. That's not going to work. Okay, save, back, Shift. Save, back, Shift. Save, back, Shift, and save. There we go. Also, let's deselect this. I want to be surprised to see how we did on all of these levels that we legitimately did. Load game, new game. Oh my god, the third one. Woo, boy. Look at how many deaths occurred there. Oh, but the fourth one's almost got all the keys. Damn, look at all that. Now, if I press this, overwrites file. And there you go. So everything there is saved. It's no longer that. All of our save data is right here. So at least that works. That's good. So at least I know I can grab the variable, the already existing variables that we need. I guess what I'm going to do is keep these to 0. So I'm going to go and yeah, because it's 0 automatically. Oh god. There. I saved all of these to 0. So now when we go over to here, we exit and reload, it'll go to 0. There's a reason that this doesn't change like it does. Yeah, everything is now back to 0. So now when we press new game, we just exit stage up. And there you go. So there we have it, folks. And that pretty much just takes care of all the save stuff for now. We know that this works, but there's still so much that we have to get done with. Like, I gotta do some research on what long is. Is long basically just integer, except you can have longer variables? I feel like I can have that for something like the creep and the voice logs, but the levers I think I'm just gonna have to separate into 3 different sections. Maybe 4. Or I can have the lever just be a part of the zones instance instead, and that increases that number. And then we just have another thing for levers increase and whatnots and what hows. I mean, I don't know how many... Let me see something for a second. I'm going to go on ahead and figure out what the number is. So, which one do we want to use? This is the start menu? Okay, so I'm going to do file for keys equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I do this. 10. Okay, 10, 11. Okay, once it gets to 11 digits, it starts to become a bit of a pain. Given the system that we have, we got 2 digits for the first one. for the first path, 1 for the third, second path, third path, and other path. And we got 7, 8 being the level counter that we grab, and 9 being what would probably be the levers then. Most likely. Unless, again, we have it set for long. So, what if I were to temporarily make you long? Alright, so that's 10. So 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, 20. Now you apparently need you long. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 25 still good. 26, 27, 28, 29. Oh, now it's too long. Where did it get caught up by? I didn't see the 1 down there. $25. What are you saying? 23 then? You are you long. Wait, what? That makes no sense. So if this is just basic long, long only gets you to there, but you long, for some reason, only gets you 20 digits. Huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Well, long, like 19 digits, I feel like is pretty good. I'm going to put this back to int now and just get rid of you. Well, either way, I'm going to do some research and see what long is. We might need to use that for some things, but for now, I think we did what we needed to do. We can exit the application. We have all the save variable stuff here. I still gotta kind of adjust like the timer and figure out how to do that properly. But we'll worry about that when we get to the probably zone creating portion. Because once we get to the zone creating portion, that's when we need to make sure we get the timer and all the other statistics-based stuff done. So there we go, folks. Another episode done with the menu system. For now, is finished. We're going to have to come back to here once we get more stuff created. But thank you all for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Game Crafters right over here, and the most recent episode of Sonic Frontiers, where we finally get the video to look good. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Later.